Good afternoon, y'all. Come on in. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. I am your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News, you all. Come on in. I want to go straight in and talk about this couple, you all, this same-sex couple who is a married couple in the LGBT, community, you all, and they had adopted 2 kids, you all, in which these 2 individuals, sick individuals, happened to, be caught, captured, video recording these kids making child porn and sexually assaulting the kids, you all, that they particularly adopted, you all. Like I said, this is a real sad and crazy story, you all. Like I said, I want to come on and particularly talk about this and, have an open conversation, you all. Like I said, I didn't want to come on to particularly bash this particular gay community or LGBT community or however they choose to classify themselves, you all. That was not my particular point. My particular point was not to come on here and like I could have gave solid, concrete evidence, based on scripture, you all, that support why we shouldn't have, sex outside of marriage, why we shouldn't sleep with, if I'm a man, why I shouldn't sleep with a man, and if I'm a woman, and why I shouldn't sleep with a woman, or why I shouldn't wear a dress, or why a woman shouldn't wear pants. I mean, I have all this kind of biblical information to actually support these type of things, you all. But like I said, my particular reason or point was not to come on here, and particularly bash this particular community, you all. I just want to know particularly where do we draw the line? I mean, how do we allow children whose mind is not developed yet to actually think this particular thing is okay, you all. Like I said, to actually think this particular thing is okay, because you have to understand, you all, that a child is not born with racism. A child is not born to be racist. A child is not born to be hateful. So they particularly take on the same characteristics of their parents, you all. I said they take on the same characteristics of their parents. They mimic the things that they see, you all. So with a child whose mind frame is particularly not developed yet, for him to see 2 men in a heated sexual act, you all, is not something that just mind blowing, but it's just not something that a child should particularly be seeing on a day-to-day basis, you all, and particularly over a period of time with these type of lustful acts, particularly done in front of them. I mean, quite naturally, the mind frame will begin to think that this is okay. It will begin to think that it is the norm. It will begin to think that this is an everyday part of life, you all, when in fact it is not. I said it when in fact it is definitely not, you all. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong, because I have people of this particular lifestyle that's actually in my family, you all, because so it's not to say that, I have friends and different people that I speak to that are actually gay, you all, but they don't try to force this onto my lifestyle, and nor do I try to force the things that I believe in onto their lifestyles. I can only plant the seed and tell them something good and pray that it manifested in their lives, because this is something that they will have to answer to as individuals, you all. No man bear the burdens of another man's sin. So this is something that each and every individual as a person will have to stand before the Lord and testify what they did or what they did not do, which sins that they committed or which sins that they did not commit. Actually, God gonna have a record keeper. He actually has a record keeper for all those type of things, you all. Like I said, these are not things that we are getting away with, or things that's just done in the dark that will never come to pass, or to some kind of light, or any kind of understanding, you all. Like I said, I didn't really want to particularly bash these people. I just want to talk about, like I say, particularly drawing the line, because this is something that I have actually lost an activist LGBT community person that was potentially could have been a friend in my life, potentially could have been an asset. I mean, people cool with you as long as you doing something that benefits them, but they are not going to see you. They don't want to. People do not really. They'll help you. They won't help you win at all. People sit back and watch you. They will not help you win, but they will come along and help you lose everything you got. But anyway, like I said, I didn't want to particularly go there. I was just really talking about where do we draw the line with these children, because, like I said, this is a very sick act, you all, for someone to actually adopt some children and then proceed to actually groom them, you all, to actually groom them. I mean, these particular men, they are pretty well off. They have like I seen the old Dolly Parton house. What that house used to be the best little whole house in Texas, but this happened to be the best little toy house in Georgia. I said this happened to be the best little toy house in Georgia, you all, because these particular people, they set up these type of places, these type of toy lands, these type of wonder world lands and so forth, and have train tracks and all these different things going through their houses from one room to the next with these fairy tale type of fantasies, sick fantasies that they proceed to indulge in, you all, because this particular type of thing, this particular type of feeling is only a sexual, lustful feeling, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion, I don't think it's just two men that just desire this some type of love thing. I think it's more of lust than love, and eventually all this play out, you all. I said eventually all this play out and come to an end, you all. I mean, some of these particular dudes being slept with so many women till they just bored with sex. They just don't know what else to do. This type of lust and type of desire is a sinful desire. It's a whole spirit that actually takes over your body, you all. I said it actually takes over your body because you are acting outside of the character of what God called you to be, and that is productive. There's no way that you can produce in the backside, you all. I said it. There's no way to produce in the backside. But anyway, we'll just say that for another story, you all. But like I said, my particular thing is the safety of these children, you all. How do we keep them safe, you all? And this is one thing that should not be. If people want to adopt children, cool, so be it. Then you do the normal thing. You act the normal lifestyle, the way that you came into this world. That's the type of atmosphere, the background and foundation that you definitely want to give a child. You do not want to have them confused and discombobulated thinking certain things are cool when it really ain't. Because next thing you know, they'll be 11, 12, 13 years old taking that Johnson. I said, taking the old Johnson. and this is particularly not right, you all. I'm pretty sure did I read my copyright disclaimer? If I didn't, I'm gonna read it again. Copyright disclaimer on Title 17, Section 107 allows make fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use, you all. Tips to balance in favor of fair use. There's one thing I know about this activism, you are. Being an activist, being a better person is not just an activist, just being something a righteous person, somebody that just want to do right, that just want to do righteous things, I guess it's a new name for activism or whatever you are. But like I said, these are the particular areas that good activists or they do not particularly talk about, you all. They scared to activism on some kind of topic like this because they scared they're going to get shadow banned and kicked off of certain platforms, you all. But I'm not in no situation where I have to live or be of any kind of fear of this particular type of conversation. So I'm having it, you all, despite what anybody has to say or feel, if I get 2 or 3 or 1 review. But this is something that needs to be addressed, in my opinion, since nobody is able to talk about nothing like this. I do not feel like a child should be in any household with parents that are not opposite sex, that are not a male and a female parent, you all. I mean, how can we raise our kids to be anything if they don't understand and which from where they come from, you all? Like I said, there ain't no holy thing where you got to be. I got to beat you up with the Bible or pull out every verse. It is to support what I'm saying. What about moral rights and wrong? Is these the type of thing that children should be seeing? Should they be these kids were getting filmed and sexual acts? They don't even know that they making hundreds of thousands of dollars online. They don't know that they getting exploited, that they passing. Man, you all, these particular people, it's so sickening. This particular line, man, they busted somebody else that was engaged in some child pornography, and this is how they came up with this couple, you all. That's what I'm saying. So how long these type of couples been making it, you all? How long these type of couples been adopting children, raising them, and sexually exploiting them, you all? This is a problem, you all. Like I said, one of these people had been caught. Now, it could have been a mayor, it could have been a governor, it could have been a DA, a district attorney. We don't know who he was, you all, because he gave up some quality information that got 2 sick individuals off the street, you all. 2 who seemed to be, they presented a very well resume, you all. They had all the credentials, everything that it took to adopt a child, but they didn't check their backgrounds. Like I said, that this is what proves that it's just a sexual addiction. It's a sexual lustful addiction, and this is more evidence to prove these type of theories, you all. Because like I said, if you read their resume, the one they show you, the one they'll present to you, that piece of paper that you got to go sit up in school with for 12 years, 13, however many years, 8 years, 2 years, 3 years to get this bachelor degree or whatever. They got that kind of paper, but they ain't got no kind of paper with the Lord. They ain't got no kind of paper with no righteous, no moral foundation. We don't know where they come from. We don't know who raised them. What kind of rapists raised them? What kind of rapists their grandfather was? The grandfather that was out there beating people and taking their land and all that. See, these are the kind of things that pass down from generation to generation to generation. When you think they some good people, but they digging in children out every day. Like I said, this is a sick one, you all. I feel to read it to you all, and I'm trying to calm myself down because, like I said, I'm not used to actually dealing with these type of things, but this is the type of thing that the Lord is having me to speak on, you all. Like I say, God gave everybody their own thumbprint. That's mine. Y'all see it? Look at it. Everybody got a different one, you all. Christ said we have the power to be more than he is. I don't think he no lie. In fact, God can't lie at all, if you ask me. But like I say, we'll say that for another day. All I wanted to give you all is some type of balance, you all. I said some type of balance, because I need it in my life, and maybe you all can help me grow in these certain areas, you all. But like I said, this is something that's I don't see no way, shape, form, or fashion how this should be legal. I said it how it should even be legal. I don't care who don't like it. This is something that should go on. Now, do I believe that every LGBTP group or married couple has done this type of activity? No, I don't. That's what I believe. I don't believe that every couple that been down this road or has adopted children. I don't believe that this type of act that go on, but this the type of act that has gone on with them. Now, we don't know what go on from a day because this is not the kind of pose that they take. We don't have no kind of statistics on this fact, but one thing I know is that it is a fact, so maybe these are some type of things that they, can start sharing with the public, because like I said, it's a lot of them out there, you all. And just imagine how many of them don't get caught. Just imagine how many Jeffrey Epsteins are really out there, you all. But like I said, it's a crazy and sad thing, especially for a child with no understanding. Like I said, then they'll take somebody else's children and abuse them. And that's sad and crazy. That's a sad and crazy thing to me. But I'm going to go ahead on and read it and share the clip with you all, because I ain't going to let these devils just have me like this here. Enough is enough. It said couple arrested for recording videos of sexual abuse in their adopted children, police say, you all. Well, this is allegations, and like I said, I do have the pictures of these people. I'm just gonna say that, and what they allegedly done, and I want to share all that with y'all. We're gonna make them famous today. That's them suckers right there. Yeah, that's them suckers. Y'all come see me. Alright, like I said, I'm finna get back and read the whole thing with you all. But that's them suckers right there. And one name is Zachary. They Zulak. That's the last name. Zulock. Zachary Lulak and William Lulak. I don't know which one is the play the south side, which one kitchen and which one pitching. I don't know, you all. Which one, one of them got to be it's like they called it a stud and a fish, and one of them, I don't know what they call the men, baseball bat and the catcher, I guess, but I don't know. But it's a couple arrested recorded videos of sexual abuse of adopted children, police say. It's a detective said Zachary Zulak and William Zulak faces pending charges of aggravated child molestation and sexual exploitation of children, you all. Oxford, Georgia. It said a couple in Georgia were arrested after detectives say they produced homemade child sexual abuse material with at least one abductive child who lived in their home. It's a detective told WGCL that Zachary Zolak and William Zolak faces pending charges of aggravated child molestation and sexual exploitation of children. You all, detective told WGCL that Zachary Zolak and William Zolak faces these charges. Investigators began when officials executed a search warrant at a home in Oxford on July 27th after receiving tips from someone who may have been downloading sexual abuse material, you all. So this was somebody that actually didn't live with them, you all. This is somebody, like I said, that was online. They looking at these children online in these porn instead of watching some grown-ups, and then they watching these children, then they start downloading it, you all, and passing it to each other. So it's a community out there somewhere that like to look at these children, you all, that like to watch this, like to engage in it, and hopefully someday can be performing in these type of activities. They say the investigators began a official execution search warrant of the home in Oxford on July 22nd after receiving a tip from someone who may was downloading the material. It's a detective said that they collected evidence confirming Zolak, two adopted fathers and sibling pair living at the home engaged in sexual abuse acts and recorded videos, you all. It said the children are now in custody and safe. The Walton County Division of Family and Child Services is working on finding emergency detective protective placement for the two young children, you all. Officials did not provide further details. The investigation is ongoing. Like I said, this is crazy, y'all. I do have a news clip. The news. And let these people, man, then got me all emotionally involved in this type of stuff, you all. Like I said, man, this is one of the reasons why it should not go on. Not to say that everybody would. Again, I'm reiterating that, re-saying that. But how about just for the safety of the children that you all sacrifice this? Can you sacrifice this as an LGBT person? Man, we can sacrifice not adopting children. We can sacrifice not having children. You can sacrifice not being with a woman. You can sacrifice not being with a man. This is something that you have to live without, unless you want to live a normal functioning lifestyle of two consenting adult parents, you are. And that's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I said it with my own mouth. Anyway, here we go, you all. Here we go, the news clip.
Powering on.
Allegedly happened at their Oxford home. CBS 46's Yasmina
Paired.
in Walton County with these disturbing details. Yasmina, good evening.
Yes, Savannah, good evening, and very disturbing details indeed. The Walton County Sheriff's Office says that it was an investigation by the GBI that led them to the couple. According to authorities, the couple was making in their home. Zachary Zolak and his husband William Zolak are being charged for child sex crimes. The Walton County Sheriff's Office raided their home on St. Regis Way in Oxford and found that both men were engaging in sexually abusive acts and videotaping sibling children.
I got told in the room. Look, that's the castle room right there.
That material was being downloaded, which was discovered during a search warrant in unincorporated Loganville. Now, we did speak with neighbors in that community off camera. They did not want to speak on camera, but they do say it was very shocking to find out that was happening, and they said it was awful for those children. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more in this story. Live in Walton County, Yasmina Alston, CBS 46 News.
Can they be having them big old houses? You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they excuse me, y'all. They be having a big old house. It ain't like they filling them up with relatives or people.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Now see, when I want everything to go off, everything go off. But see, they filling them up out making doll houses, tree houses, all that, and little stuff they can run through. You know, little cute little stuff. The fair land. You know how they want to see them in them tutus and stuff. Crazy, man. Like I said, I didn't want to particularly come on to particularly bash this community, you all, because you know, they have their own rights and everybody got to answer to their own, Lord. You know, like I said, ain't nothing I really want to come on here with a little Bible study with it, but you know, they understand what I'm saying. If you don't, I mean, you can go look it up yourself, you all. But this is one of the things that I want to talk about was the safety of the children. I mean, where do we actually draw the line? I mean, like I said, it's just only a grooming. They just grooming these kids, man, and it's sad because these kids are helpless. They can't say no. They can't even move. You know, they can't up and find new parents. You know, and like I said, if they're young enough, they're gonna be thinking it's cool. You know, because they ain't been around no other families. They don't know what's going on in this world until they are actually taught these things. And this is why they have taken over the TVs and the streams and things that they show them, because they know we can't watch them at all times. You know, they know if we send them to school, they got them for 8 hours a day. You know, opposed to the hours that we may have with our own children, you all. Like I said, this is something that needs to be addressed. You know, man, I hope somebody address it in the future. You know, I know my voice not as loud as I would hope it to be at this point, but you know, it's loud enough for somebody to hear me that's got a loud voice, and some of them suckers be scared to really say something. You know, like I say, they won't help you win, but they'll help you lose everything. You know, most of these people around here that I know, and, you know, like some of them say, you know, they want to sell everything in the game to be sold, not to be told. But what's come from good, you know, what's come from God is to be given, is to be shared, so that we may all grow. I mean, if I see a young man about to run into a brick wall, he about to crash himself into a brick wall, do I charge him? I mean, do I charge him? Do I stop and say, I can tell you how to not run into this wall, and I'm fit to charge you $30. By this time, he done ran straight through the wall. He done bust his head all open. You know, we ain't got time to be charged. I'm supposed to tell him, hey man, look, turn right. You need to turn right, then bust a left, and then go straight, and then you will be all right, man. But if you keep going that way, it's a dead end. Should I charge him for telling him that's a dead end? Or should I lead him down the path that he need to be led on? I think, you know, I'll let y'all answer that, however y'all choose to answer it. But, you know, I know what my God telling me to do, and that's all that matters to me. God first, Christ gang. Peace. We out. Thank you.